Thanks for joining us for Understanding Real Estate with Realtor Becky Cobb of West Cobb Alliance, part of the ReeceNichols Real Estate Group in Neosho.
Well, Becky, finally, the election has passed. What have we seen happen to the housing market since then?
You know, it's been interesting because everyone was saying we're slowing down there, as we got into October, and they're like, what's going on here? And definitely we had a slowdown in the market. And people said, well, get through the election. We get through the election and see what happens. And I will say, in this week since the election, I don't know if it's going to continue, we've seen several homes, several bigger properties in our area that we thought were going to maybe linger a little bit longer have gone under contract. So I find that quite interesting. I don't know if it's a trend or just a coincidence, but I do find it interesting that we see maybe for our area a little bit of a positive vibe and feeling a little more confidence on now they know what to expect and we're ready to buy a house again.
So, Becky, we're coming into the winter season. What's it like to sell your house during this time of year?
One of the things about selling your house during the winter is the buyers that are looking in the winter, they need to buy a house. They don't have time to wait until spring or summer. The other thing is you have less competition in a winter market. So you don't have to wait till spring or summer to maybe make your best deal on selling your property. And let's face it, sometimes you need to sell now. You need to sell as much in the winter as maybe that buyer needs to buy. So don't back off from it. Consult with your realtor and just make the best plan that you can to sell your property during the winter season. And I'll just add one other quick little note. Christmas, we have our homes decorated beautifully. And sometimes that can give somebody that warm fuzzy that they're ready to basically lay their money down and say, I want to buy your house. So don't dismiss it.
So, Becky, what are some improvements that people should think about if they're wanting to sell their home?
Yes, Luke, there are some improvements that we can go over with you to show you what may add the most value to your property. One thing is kind of interesting. I didn't expect this, but a garage door. If your garage door is banged up, it sometimes tends to make people think, oh, that looks bad. I bet the rest of the house looks bad. So it affects your curb appeal. So typically, if you had to replace a garage door in the Midwest, it would run about $4,500. You should get about an $8,000 value out of that. So it will help your curb appeal enough, help you hold your price, and possibly get a little bit higher price for it. So that's a pretty good return on your investment for replacing something like a garage door.
So, Becky, what are some more improvements that people should think about when they're putting their house up for sale?
I know something that Carl and I did this last year is we added a deck to the back of our home. And statistically, I'm being told that a deck can run you around $15,000 to maybe $20,000, just depending on all the bells and whistles you put on your deck. You probably are not going to get as much return, probably about a 77% value return for that deck. However, if it's something that you enjoy and you're going to get some use out of it and it improves the overall, feel of your home, it's certainly something worth looking at. The other thing I would caution people about decks is also consider maybe the Trex decking or something that doesn't need to be sealed so often. A deck that looks bad and rough can really be a detriment to your property as well. So look at maybe doing something that's a nice upgrade and adds a more homey look to your house.
So, Becky, I'm not planning to sell my home, but somebody said that I should get a home inspection. Should I do that?
Well, I think it's a pretty good idea, Luke. We live in our homes and we don't always go poking around in the attic, looking down in the crawl space, checking behind the water heater. So we don't always know what may be going on in our home. So we have very good home inspectors in the area, and for a fairly reasonable fee, usually under $500, you can get your home inspected and know what's going on with your home. It's a really good idea. So you can go ahead and do that preventative maintenance that you don't end up at some point down the road when maybe you are ready to sell your home, and now we found out we've got a bunch going on that we never even knew about. Can also maybe prevent you from paying too much in your heating bills because, oh yeah, you know what? You need a little more insulation here. It's a safety thing too, because lots of junction boxes in attics are not covered. And so you want to make sure that everything is just as nice and as safe as it should be. So have a home inspection even if you're not selling your home.
If you would like to know more about understanding real estate, you may contact Becky Cobb at 417-592-3245 of the West Cobb Alliance, your realtors for life. Find out more on the web at neosho.homes.